Hi, let's talk with Yolanda. How you doing? It's absolutely a beautiful day. Happy Friday. It's actually raining out there, la lluvia. Still a beautiful day. Hermoso días. Day precioso. And today we're going to talk about basically recapping part 2 of Do You Know the Warning Signs? Do you know the warning signs of depression? Before we get started, I would like to do a breathing exercise for an icebreaker. Come along with me. If it doesn't help and if it doesn't work for you, share it, okay? So on 3, we're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We're going to recap the conversation from the other day because it's very important for you to know the warning signs for depression. So let's recap. We talked a little bit about sleep deprivation. We talked a little bit about mood swings. We talked about eating habits. We talked about crying spells. We talked about isolation. We talked about irritability. We talked about the frequency, compare and contrast. We talked about jotting down the times for the duration. Are you with me, people? How you doing today? It is absolutely a beautiful day. I am very happy that I have this platform to come on and that you're like on this journey with me. It does take a village, and yes, we are the village, okay? So let's get busy. We talked about warning signs. Let's talk about a behavior definition, okay? Loss of appetite. Let's start there. You know, we talked the other day about loss of appetite or an increase in appetite where you were just basically eating, okay? We talked about lack of appetite. Let's start there. Lack of appetite is very important for you to notice because the lack of appetite doesn't just flare up the depression, but it can cause a lot of different other things, you know. So it is important to eat. It's important to be healthy, you know, mind, body, and spirit, but you have to feed the body. You have to feed the body to nourish the body. You know, we talked about sleeplessness. We talked about sleeplessness and we talked about measuring the time. You know, it's important for you to notice the sleeping because, again, if you're not sleeping, it's like when we talked the other day about having a car and putting the motor oil in it so that it can run and giving it a tune-up. Your body needs the same thing. And if you don't sleep, and you haven't had anything to eat, it kind of throws everything off. You know, it throws everything off and you're not functioning at your best because the body's tired. Can we talk? The body's tired, people. Lack of energy. Lack of energy is important because you may have, again, been someone full of energy and, you know, you wake up and it's like I am so exhausted. It is hard for me to get from one room to the next, then something's wrong with that picture, and maybe you need to check in with your primary doctor to just make sure that there's nothing physical going on, okay? Because sleep deprivation, not eating, lack of energy, something's wrong with that picture. And yes, we're talking about depression here. Poor concentration. We talked about the other day memory loss, but lack of concentration. 1 minute I'm here, I'm with you, next minute I'm somewhere else, okay? Or it is hard to just focus, it's hard to just focus on one particular thing for a long period of time, okay? So that's important. So we're talking about the sleep deprivation, we're talking about the lack of appetite, the sleeplessness, poor concentration, indecisiveness. These are important signs to look out. Social withdrawal. I don't want to be bothered with people. I don't like people. I don't want to be bothered. Well, why not? Why not? We all need someone, whether you are, hypothetically, whether you were in your apartment or your home, you need the utility company to give you electricity or give you gas. You pay for their service rendered to you. However, you're still in need of it. And you can light the candles or you can open the blinds, but if you have children, you may want to still have some electricity running through the house, or just as something healthy, because the electricity, and the heat and the water, these are essential things. It's just like the 5 senses. So these are important things. And you say, I don't need people, I don't want to be around people. Why not? Why not? What has triggered this? Again, we talked about the isolation, and being non-social or antisocial or not wanting to be around still falls under that. Let's talk about grief and loss. Grief and loss. There's 5, excuse me, let me get a little bit of this water. Again, I have my water with the lime twist, just a little bit. It tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good. Let's talk about that grief and loss. Grief and loss comes under 5 different stages. And grief and loss can also go towards that depression, suppressing those feelings, and being in denial or not accepting or being angry, all of these different feelings can trigger into the depression, okay? Let's talk about what happens. We're talking about the warning signs, but let's talk about what happened to get the warning sign. Let's talk about what happened to trigger some of the warning signs, okay? Negative thoughts. Sometimes our ego gets in the way and we don't want to ask for the help that we may need. And one negative thought just piles on, to another negative thought. And next thing you know, there's so many different negative thoughts. Sometimes you don't know if you're going or you're coming, or there's a sense of you believing some of the negative things that may not even be true. Okay? Replacing, let's talk about replacing the negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Okay? Let's not suppress, ill feelings. Or I kind of want to piggyback off of someone left a comment in the last session, and they said self-doubt. Self-doubt is a destroyer. Okay, can we talk, people? It's a destroyer, because the self-doubt would allow us to not navigate and move forward. It would suppress us and hold us back. Or negative thinking, of I wake up in the morning and I just feel negative, I think negative, it's a negative day, everything around me is negative. Hello, something's wrong with that. But we talked about measurable frequency and duration. Okay, is this something that happens all the time? Is this something that happens again Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at the same time? Is it something that happens because today is raining and every time it rains you feel this way? It's very important to assess yourself and do an assessment. And we talked about journaling, and journaling your feelings, your thoughts, your behaviors, and what alters your mood. When someone put in the comment self-doubt can trickle under low self-esteem. Okay, feeling I'm not good enough, or I cannot do it, I can't do it. You gotta ask yourself, why not? Why not? Depression is serious, and if it's serious to you, it's serious to me. But it's something that needs to be talked about. Mental health is real. It's current. It's been real. It's been current. But it hadn't been talked about, and now is the time. Today is the time. It's time to do something about the warning signs, because they're all there, and you don't want it to go from a 1 to a 10, 25. You kind of want to bring it back down. But before you can bring it down, you have to be able to identify what's going on. You have to be open to change and open to, I want to know what's going on with me. I want help. I'm ready for help. I don't want to suppress these feelings. Anything again that interferes with your daily activity, it's a problem. It's a problem, because in order to function, you need mind, body, and spirit. If again you want to be able to pull on positiveness, you want to be able to pull on your strengths, pull on your barriers or your weakness last. Always look in within self, because there's positivity in all of us. There's positivity, there's strength. Sometimes there's more strength than you can even imagine. And you're like, oh wow, I couldn't believe I did that. Well, believe it, because you did, because you can. There's hope. There's hope for today. There's hope for tomorrow. And there's hope for the future. Can we talk, people? How you feel? How you feel today? Write in a comment. Let me know how you feel. Write in the comment. Let me know, what are your warning signs? What are your triggers? They can help someone else. You know, again, we talked about irritability, we talked about anger, aggressiveness, agitation. Okay, these could be major warning signs, you know. Again, measure, measure, measure. It needs to be measurable, because in order for it to be measurable, you can decipher what I need and what I don't need. Okay? If I wake up and I'm angry every day, if I'm sitting on a bus on public transportation and someone strikes up a conversation with someone in front of me, I don't even know these people, but it irritates me. It irritates me hearing that person's voice. You don't even know that person. So something's wrong with that picture, and you need to do an assessment, because you don't want to be a time bomb ready to explode. Can we talk about it, people? How you feeling today? It is absolutely a gorgeous day. It's rainy, but it is still a beautiful day. How are you feeling today? I am grateful to have this platform. I hope that we can collaborate and you can share with me your warning signs. I'm gonna take some of this water. You know, we talk about eating pattern, you know, let's talk about water as well. Water is so important. It's so important and vital, because our body has a large amount of water in it, but it also needs to intake water every day. You know, sometimes you say, I'm having these problems with sleeping and I don't know why. Let's talk about that sleep deprivation, because sometimes you have to ask yourself, what do I do in the morning? Well, I haven't slept at all last night. I got up this morning. I may have drank a cup of coffee, or someone that may be a smoker say I may have smoked a cigarette, or someone that drinks sodas may say, I drank a Pepsi, I drank a Coca-Cola, again with caffeine, and there's already a problem with the sleep deprivation, okay? So, you know, this thing with the depression, it's like you wake up, and before, we talked about hygiene, poor hygiene, you know, before you can wake up, go brush your teeth, and wash your face, you know, you may have grabbed the cigarette, or grabbed the Pepsi, or grabbed the Coke, or grabbed the coffee, and this may be your intake all day, you know, all day long, you know. Hello, people. I see you, family. Hello, hello. Puerto Rico in the house. I see you. Philadelphia's in the house. I see you. Chester's in the house. I see you. Thank you for tuning in. This topic is very important. We're talking again about the warning signs, because if you have small children and you don't check and do an assessment of your behaviors, you know, it's going to trickle out. It's going to trickle out on someone, and it may trickle out on them. It may trickle out on a neighbor. It may trickle out on self and do self-harm. So warning signs are important. You know, warning signs are important. If you need help, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. Talk about it. You know, you have so many athletes today coming forward talking about mental health. It's okay. it's okay, because that's the beginning of asking for help. That's the beginning of accepting help, because again, we didn't talk about shame and guilt. Let's throw that in there. Shame and guilt. Oh, I don't have, no mental disorders. I'm not depressed. I'm not crazy. Well, having a mental disorder, having depression does not make you crazy. It's something that hundreds and thousands of people go through every day. Just the mere fact of what's going on around you, can heighten up your depression. Fear can be a warning sign, okay? These are just some of the different warning signs, and if you recognize them, it's the beginning, it's a start. If you journal, we talked about journaling and writing your feelings down. If you are someone that say, I don't want to journal, I don't like to write, I don't like to read, I don't like to write, then modern technology. If you have a smartphone, or matter of fact, probably any phone, you can actually put it on voice record, and you can record the duration, the frequency, of your mood, of your behavior, so that you can alter them. You cannot navigate the direction unless you recognize that it's a possibility you went the wrong way, or it's a possibility that you may be lost. You may be lost, or you may be broken, but you can trickle your way out. You can navigate and go this way. You can be going in, again, the right direction. You don't have to go east and west and south. You can just stay the trail, because you're going to get there. We'll all get there, and we can get there together, okay? This is just a check-in with you on a Friday, on a rainy day, to say, hey, it's still beautiful. Whether it was raining, whether the sun is shining, you can breathe, you can make a difference. It's absolutely a beautiful day. Please share these posts, because if it does not help you, it can help someone else. Before I go into my quote, I would like to say, continue to journal. If, again, you are not journaling, writing, use your phone. You pay the bill. It's yours. Utilize it. Utilize it to your advantage, okay? Utilize it to help you, okay? Use it as a navigating tool to put in that toolbox, okay? We all need a toolbox. It is very important to have a toolbox. It is very important to continue to look for the warning signs, the duration of it, the frequency, how many times is it, how long does it last, and write it down and compare and contrast, okay? If you are having those crying spells, how many times are you having them? How often are you having them? How long do they last? Or did it start at 7 this morning and it's 7 this evening? If there's different signs, and you recognize them, and if there's different signs of that being agitated, and if you felt as though that you were in harm's way, or you wanted to harm somebody else, these are warning signs, and these are signs that you may need help, okay? There's crisis numbers that you can call. If there's suicidal ideation, I will post a number. If there's drug and alcohol, I will post a number. If it's domestic violence, I will post a number. Again, I am a psychotherapist. My name is Yolanda Navoa. Let's talk with Yolanda. And if you would like to schedule an appointment with me, I will also post my number, which is 267-574-4632. And let's all pull on that rope to get us through, okay? So again, talk to someone, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's a family member, and be open to change. If it's real to you, it's real to me. Mental health is real. Depression is real, you know. But it's not something that you cannot work on, okay? So I do have a quote for you today. The quote that I have is called, practice acceptance. What do you think? Acceptance means that you can find the serenity within to let go of the past with its mistakes and regrets. Move into the future with a new perspective and appreciate the opportunity to take a second chance. You know, everybody don't even get a second chance. Acceptance means you'll find security again with difficult times to come into your life and comfort to relieve any pain. You'll find new dreams, fresh hope, and forgiveness of the heart. Acceptance does not mean that you will always be perfect. It simply means that you'll always overcome imperfection. Can we talk about it? Acceptance is the road to peace, letting go of the worst, holding on to the best, and finding the hope inside that continues throughout your life. Acceptance is the heart, best defense, love's greatest asset, and the easy way to keep your thought positive. Regina Hill. I like that, Regina. I like that a lot. Sometimes you want to accept yourself. Okay, sometimes we look for acceptance in others. Sometimes we feel like we need approval from others. Sometimes you have to accept yourself. Sometimes you may want to look in the mirror and see what you see and be okay with it. You know, because once you look into this mirror and see what you see and be okay with it, then you can start dissecting what I need and what I don't need, what I would like to change, and what is okay, what needs to be fixed, and what is not broken, okay? So on that note, again, please jot down in a comment. Let me know what you feel. Please share the post. You may be able to save someone else, okay? If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, share it, okay? We are a village, and we are here to pull on a rope, to make a difference. You know, what I want for myself, I want for my brother, I want for my sister, okay? It's a rainy day, La Lluvia. Again, it is absolutely beautiful. Día precioso, hermoso días. I will talk with you next week. God's will. I have enjoyed you. I hope that I can bring different information to you on this platform that can make a difference. It can make a difference in your life or in someone else's life, okay? It's about helping each other and pulling each other on the road. It is absolutely a beautiful day. Before I go, I hope you have your blinds open. You know, if you're feeling in a dark space, remember, if there's insurance, you can always look on the back of your insurance card, and you can call member services to get help, okay? Let's talk about it, people. Let's be about it, Let's talk the talk and walk the walk. Let's help each other. And again, I thank you. I appreciate you. I am getting ready to get out in it because it is a beautiful day. And yes, it is raining, but it's water and our body needs water, you know, and if I get wet, okay, I'm still want to go out because it's a beautiful day. And we talked about isolation and we talked about not going out. I hope you go to the door at least and open it. Or if you do not go to the door, you attempt to open the window and let some fresh air in. If there's physical needs that you may have, call your primary. When last time you did a physical? You know, share with your primary the different symptoms and feelings that you're having, because if you sometimes sit down and sit quiet and think about your whole entire body, what's different, what's new, or what I might need help with, okay? I am getting ready to go. It is absolutely a beautiful day this Friday. Enjoy this beautiful day. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and God's will, I will be back to share some more positive vibes with you, positive information. And I'm going to say depression is real. Look out for these warning signs. Or you may see these signs in other people because there's so much stuff going on right now. You know, maybe you didn't see them before, but, you know, there's still street violence going on. There's still COVID going on. This Delta variants, you know, the stuff that's going on in Cabo, you know, the stuff that's happening in Haiti, all the major losses, you know, that grief and loss. Whether, again, it's your family, whether or not you know someone there, or again, it's just people, you know, it's people and caring about other human beings, okay? Being humanitarian. We can move on and on and on. I'm going to let you go. It has been a beautiful day. I hope that what I bring to you can help you. If not, please share it. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, I will see you later. Let's get out. Let's smell the air, do the breathing exercise. And if you see someone, and if the anger is out the roof, you may want to just say, hey, you need to de-escalate. Just breathe. Like, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay? Bring it down, you know. See you later. Beautiful day. Get ready to get out in it. See you.